So okay, it started, and I'm sharing screen. So Dhruv, I mean, like, since you are unmuted, can you please make sure that you are seeing my screen, the QGIS software, and my cursor and everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it means that you have it. So I mean, like, you should have this interface by yourself with you as well. As you can see, we are over the Dehradun area, and how I get it, maybe I just uh, start from the scratch. So I remove the layer. So when you go to HCM GIS, you go to base map and you have a Google satellite. That's how you have an access to high resolution satellite images. And why I see it? Because when you just go zoom in a little bit, also zoom in a little bit. I mean, you can clearly see that tree, small tree, even some cars, and also this looks like maybe a hockey ground or football ground. I'm not sure. Uh, and that road network, which you can see everything, all the features. And that really helps you, once you have when you don't have these images, like high resolution images where you can create your own geospatial data. I mean, you can just rely on Google Earth high resolution Google Earth images. All right. So last time or so far, what you have seen, raster data. Raster data, that means all the geospatial data is saved using pixel, है ना? So अभी तक जो भी DEM आपने देखा है, I mean, like, every pixel has an elevation information. So I can show you one of my DEM. So that's how my DEM looks like. So I have given this a color map from 400 meters to 800 meters. And you can see, like, the Dehradun area is relatively flat that we have discussed so many times. There is a topography here. And of course, when you go to the Himalayan region, I mean, every elevation is more or less more than 800 meters. You know? So that is and every single, like, when you just click, use this, for instance, when you click on this identify features, and when you click on this any layer, and you click here, you can see the values here, 581. When you go here, this is 1237 meters. So like every single information is stored in terms of pixels. Are you able to see these pixels, right? Dhruv,
Yes, sir.
है ना? So इसी ये हमारे पास raster data, and raster data that we have worked so far is a GeoTIFF format. Is a file format, is TIFF format, and if you click on every pixel, this is 636, this is 686, this is 701. So that is one of the uh, geospatial data that we save. This is raster data, but also we have vector data also, and there we save information in terms of a shapefile. So now we will create some shapefiles today, and let's do it how. Okay, so that's our Dehradun area. There's a high resolution images. So if I ask anybody of you, just mark the football ground, the inside field. So what I have to do is I go to the vector layer, and or I don't have to go there even. So I mean, just go there. We create a new shapefile. Create here. Okay, and you can store it anywhere you want. So I go to browse, and browse I have seen, and I have created like one folder. Um, we can save it here. So we say VTP one. I mean, I can give one name to it. Okay, and save it. And then it asks you whether this is a point data. So point means if you want to, if you want to create a geospatial data of all the trees in your region, like if you want to count all the trees and you say where they are located, so it will be a point data. Line data, all the road networks, also uh, river channel probably, you can create the line file, this information. And since we know the football field, this. Yes, sir, you want to say something? Yeah, Professor Singh? Yeah, Mahin Singh, sir, you want to say something?
No.
Okay. Okay. So in that specific case, are you able to see my new layer, which is new shape file, or not? Dhruv or Shubham? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You see the file name and file encoding and new shape file window?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So there it asks you what is the geometry type. Since I'm going to map the football field. So I go here and say it is a polygon. This is also very important, like uh, which projection system, like which coordinate system it should be. So as we know, in Dehradun, we go for 32645, which is like UTM zone 45N. All the DMs that we have done, LULC mapping, we keep 32645. So the yeah, or if you can see here in the bottom right corner, EPSG 32645. So all the layers have the same coordinate system, and we also want to say, okay, like we are creating a new vector file, and it has the same coordinate system as well. Rest of the things we can skip, and we say okay. So that creates one shape file here, but it doesn't have anything. It does not have anything. We have to create that information. So you have to click here and then you say start editing. You start editing, and there an option called this. Here you can start this. So when this is start editing, and afterwards you can create a feature. So in that specific case, maybe I'm interested in delineating the indoor. So like click, my left click, left click, left click, left click, and so on. So I mean, this video is basically to explain. So I mean, I'm just doing it very fast, but you have to make sure once you do it very, very precisely. Okay. And once the football field, like you say that this is the last point, you have to right click. And then it says, okay, it's open attribute file. You say ID1 maybe. So, and then okay, save it. So when you click on the save button, this is a save button. So this is created. So like you have created your own field. So for instance, if structural engineering group faculty members ask you to create all the barren land just to provide them all the data, where you just identify your own geospatial data of open fields. So you have to use the high resolution images or maybe your LULC map and create this data by yourself. Okay. So, and you can do a lot of things afterwards. So like suppose this is one field, and maybe let's assume that this is also one football field or maybe a cricket field or something. So let's create one more. So again, since editing button is on, you can create a new feature file already like this, and we start like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And at the end, right click and then say, okay, what is the ID? So you have given one ID, so it will be 2. And now save. So you can click in here and save. So you stop editing and just see what is in the attribute table. So if you say open attribute table, you go and are you able to see the attribute table? Is 1 and 2.
No, sir.
Okay, so because okay, so maybe I stop sharing for a while and share my second screen. That will make more sense. Wait, hold on. Okay, maybe I share my second screen.
Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Yes, sir. Because now I'm sharing my entire screen. So as you can see, uh, I have created 2 polygons. That's a vector file, and that is they're saved in a shape file. This is like .shp file. So raster file like your DEM, your LULC map, they're all pixel-based information. So raster data saved as a GeoTIFF file .tif. Now we are creating vector data. These polygons, or maybe line feature, or maybe the point features. Uh, this is called vector data. And vector data we save as .shp file. So you just go on and we say when we click on ID1, this is highlighted, ID2, the other one is highlighted. See, and now you have created 2 football fields or maybe two playgrounds, for instance. Let's somebody ask you just to map all the playgrounds in your study area. You can do that. So now what else we could do? We can, you can create some more columns here and just to calculate the area of these football field area and the perimeter, for instance. So let's do it. Um, okay, so you start editing here again, and I think you have to add the column. So let me just check where is the column button. New field. So you click on new field and it says what it is. So I say, no, I'm interested in area. And that should be a decimal number because it could be like 326 meter 0.768. So you say, so it is created. So area is created. So like everybody has a unique ID in your case. You can also create one more column, maybe name, because you might be interested because you already know in which locality this is. And this is a text and this one. So if you want to say, okay, the ID one, which is this one, is called maybe we call this football one, like football, right? And the other one, which is this one, this is like a gully cricket kind of thing. So you can say, तो ये तो आपने इनके नाम देख लिया. अब now we have to calculate the area. And how do we do it? So there's an option called Open Field Calculator. So you click on this, and there's a new window which comes in, and you can say area. So this is here you say geometry. So you double click here, so it comes here, and it asks you create a new field. No, I don't have to create my own field. So it is already there. तो ऐसे करने के बाद आप ओके कर दीजिए. So you will see this is 5159.277 square meter. So that is the ID2. And ID1 का क्यों नहीं हुआ? चलो देख लेते हैं. वैसे सबका एक साथ ही हो जाता है ना? तो field, this one. All of them. I want all of them. Okay. So now we have all. So now you can save it, and as it makes sense, this area is more than this one, and that's why it is 10,431 square meter area of this football field, and this one is 5,159 square meter area of this ground. Okay, so that's how you create, and you can add the attributes. So if somebody is interested, uh, you can calculate what is the mean slope, and you can also create some other IDs here as well. So you can always create some more information. Okay, so that's how we create a polygon vector shape file. And if you just remove it, just remove the layer. Yes, remove it. Yeah, Kaushal, please go ahead with your question.
No, sir, it was by mistake, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So once, as we say, save the shape file. So that is shape file, right? So when I click, so as you see, I saved this vector shape file with name BTP underscore shape one. So there are 5 files are created. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the shape file that you have to work on. These are the additional supporting files. And for instance, this is a projection file. This is a database file. This is your real shape file .shp. When you drag and drop, and they are included here. And you can always change the color. Open the properties symbol. You can change maybe with red. Apply. Okay. So you can always see that all the shape files. Okay. So similarly, if somebody asks you to create vector shape file for the water bodies, you can do that. I mean, it looks like a swimming pool. Yes, of course, it is a swimming pool. But if somebody asks you just to create all the database in your study area, all the water bodies, and swimming pool is also like, if somebody is interested, you can also create that one. But we can see where is the water. देहरादून में पानी कहाँ है? I mean, in that specific case, your LULC classification will help you, because you can train your pixels, and you can say, and then it will identify all the water body pixel, and from there on you can zoom in and check whether this is water or not, and you can create your own shape files. So at the moment it's not very straightforward, but okay. Let me just check one more time whether we can just proceed. There's also playground. And there's a complex. It looks like a society in the middle of the forest. Amazing. So I mean, it's not very straightforward to find a water body. But let's do one more thing. Suppose if any engineering group is interested to see where are the roads, and you want to create all the shape file for all the road network, you can also do that. So the process is also simple. You have to go to this new shape file. You have to go to your folder and say maybe road or road. Wow. Shapefile is saved. Geometry type should be line. Projection system 32645 because we are working in Dehradun. And this is, you can create your new field. I mean, the ID is already like one column is by default available, like the ID name. But if you say maybe I want to create one column now, and it could be like name of the row. So it could be a text data. Yes, it is a text data. So let's open it. So that you can see BTP road 1 is created. So you have to select that one. You have to start editing like we did last time. And from this, you can create headline features. And then, yeah, maybe, okay, I see one road network from here to here. Not road network. There's a road from this intersection to this intersection. So I just click on like left click, go ahead. Click, 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 and here you can add. This is ID 1. Okay. Save. You can say open attribute table. I mean, we saved the name, but I mean, it was not saved probably, so we can add them now. New field, name of the row. So it's a string, okay, and you can say maybe it's called JLN row. So JLN row. One hypothetical name, and say. Now it's saved. And go. There's one shift, one road network here. Let's do it one more from this intersection to maybe this. No, not this one. Maybe from this intersection to this try point. ना मुझे लगता नहीं है कि इसके आगे कोई पॉइंट है. आई थिंक दिस इज अंडर लाइन. तो हम यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक का एक पॉइंट क्रिएट करते हैं फ्रॉम दिस टू दिस. सो व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, प्रोसेस इज सिंपल. यू हैव टू क्रिएट दिस वेक्टर शेप फाइल. You have to start editing. You have to create one more line feature. You start from here, click, click. You can take a zoom in a little bit so that you always follow the row. Cancel. I just need to zoom in a little bit. Let's do it like that. Look. तो हमें यहाँ तक आना है. यहाँ पे आके आप राइट क्लिक कीजिए, आईडी नेम टू, और मे बी इस Mahatma Gandhi Road, something like that. I'm just doing some hypothetical names. And saved, stop editing, and when you just click on this attribute table, open attribute table, you can always see where they are. यहाँ पे चले जाइए, JLN road है वो आपका यहाँ पे हो गया, and MG road है वो आपकी यहाँ पे हो गया. So that's how you can create line vector shape files. Okay, and maybe the last one, you can create a new shapefile. Similarly, maybe tree. I mean, nobody's interested in tree. Maybe, I mean, in environmental engineering group, they might be interested where are the public toilets, where are the public toilets. So they might be interested in, and I mean, it's not easy to find using a remote sensing image where are the toilets, right? But through some additional information and remote sensing data, maybe you are able to resolve them. So I'm just creating, if they can provide some geospatial data, this environment in G group, you can always incorporate that. But if there's no data, I mean, you can just use some other information, and maybe somebody has been to that area, or maybe in your hometown, you know, where are the शौचालय and so on, है ना? तो वो information को भी हम use कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे. So let's do toilets. So that's how we save. Geometry type, it will be a point. Projection system is this one. ID is the thing. And name. Etc. To add. So you have ID and name. Last time we forgot to add this to add to Philly's list. And that's why, like, when we just tried to give that information, it was not available. So then, okay. And now we can see this is a dot. So I don't know where are the toilets, but just assume that in your region, this is a toilet. So when we go, a similar thing, you know, that's how you create a new point feature file. That is your toilet. So you just click, because this is a one point information. You simply click ID1, toilet 1. Okay. So now maybe this is also toilet number 2. Maybe this is toilet 3. Now we can save, stop editing. And when you just create open attribute table, I mean, you can highlight all of them, like toilet 1 is here, toilet 2, or maybe you want to highlight all the 3 toilets. That's how you see here 1, 2, and 3. So when you might have to create a map showing all the roads and the toilets and the open fields. That's how you can create. So let me do it for you. Select all of them. So that is the status. So this is the information you created by yourself. The polygon, the line, and the point shape file. And I mean, the attributes can be anything. And this is a point data or vector data or a polygon data. I mean, the class and the field can be changed, and you can create by yourself. And it might be possible that, like, some of your group members have to create all the point data. So like a student number 1 will do for the garbage points in your study area. The other one will do like how many trees we have. But the third one, like how many offices we have for the garbage collection, for instance, or the toilets. So like, and then you can all merge together, because you can create all the shape files. And once the project is done, I mean, you can assemble them at one place in your project, and then you can show them with different colors and the location and everything. And you know how to import. Like if you just I told you, when you save them as a shape file, you can simply drag and drop. So like you get student number 1 is doing that project by and you want to include and consolidate in a one project. I mean, you can just simply drag and drop. So I would really insist everybody to just to have one big project. Like I have given this a BTP test, so you should also create that file, that QGIS project file, where you have all the data at one place. But then it's very easy just to create one folder, put all the data there, and also create it to QGIS, so that, like, and they're always open. Like if I want to see my contour map, I don't know whether I have by slope, I have aspect, we have also the contour. So see my contour map is available here as well. I mean, I can remove the Google, but so I mean all the information is available at one place. Okay. So I think that's it. So in this lecture, what we have understood in principle, how we can create, different geospatial data and how we can merge them together. You can drag and drop, and you can create your own attribute file. If other student members create some additional data, you can simply merge them and just create like at one place. And you can also get data from NRSC, all the GIs here sometimes as a vector shapefile or raster shapefile. You can simply add in your QGIS project and you can create your own data. So that's how you can create your own or maybe merge with the existing ones. Okay, so that's all from my side. If you have any questions, just go ahead. But since we have also recorded this lecture, I mean, you can go through it again and post your questions to me afterwards. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So I mean, there's no assignment related to that. Is that but you have to do this work once you have the real data, or maybe you have to use high resolution Google Earth images if you have to create a water body or some other attributes in your region. है ना? So I think I'm done. I'm still here. If you have questions, you can simply ask me. If not, JK Ghosa, do you want to say something or do you want to add what I said? Group leaders?
No, sir, it's clear.